30. Devotional Thoughts for Women, written by Monica Diaz, read by Belinda Sainsbury. Pleasant good morning, dear friends. Today, July 14th, our devotional is entitled, When Faced with Temptation. I have found that things that are bad for me do not tempt me. George Bernard Shaw. In 1 Timothy 2:14 we read, "The woman being deceived fell into transgression." The biblical story of how Eve was deceived is interesting because it reveals aspects of our nature we should know about so as to minimize in our lives the power of Satan's deceptions, which were so effective with the first woman. Genesis 3:6 explains that when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. Let's analyze Eve's natural desires that contributed toward her fall. 1. She saw the tree was good for food. Her physical appetites betrayed her because she placed them above God's explicit command not to eat of the fruit of that tree. 2. She saw that it was pleasant to the eyes. The way she understood what came in through her eyes went against the message God had given her for her happiness. Her physical senses, particularly her sense of aesthetics, played against her. 3. She saw that the tree was desirable to make one wise. That is, she had the wrong kind of intellectual curiosity, which leads to pride. It's curious how the progression in Eve's temptation is similar to what 1 John 2:16 describes. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. According to the Seventh-day Adventist commentary, the expression lusts of the flesh includes all strong desires for indulgences contrary to the will of God. Therefore, be careful with physical appetites you know are not biblical. Don't allow them to betray you like they betrayed Eve. Lust of the eyes may be understood to refer to mental pleasure stimulated through sight, through images, screens, and attractive aesthetic realities. Ask God that whatever enters through your eyes will be filtered mentally by divine principles before you act. Sadly, Eve didn't make them go through that filter. The expression, pride of life, is anything that can lead to pride, such as the kind of intellectual wisdom that tempted Eve. Being able to distinguish between what comes from a worldly mindset and what God says is best for us is vital to counteract the enemy, who well know our feminine nature. The woman being deceived fell into transgression. 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 14.